We are live. I make a fake logo for a class that I'm on. Here, how we I'm making a fake logo. We got coming up. Playing on a concept is called Battle War, completely fictional. But I'm putting together a quick logo and pretending that I got sent this logo. So this is me in Photoshop. I play a little bit with the fonts. I did record that in a separate, but I wasn't gonna go live. But this is just me streaming for my sake of my numbers. So I'm just playing with the logo, playing with logo ideas, trying to see what we got, saving my work along the way. And this is what we have. We're going to give it a little bit of stroke that we could at least see the outline. Play with the ring and try to make something interesting happen out of this. So previously I have a layer, another font that crazy that I kind of liked. So we're going to take this, copy this layer so I always have something to fall back on. Jack it up. There's some colors. I'm just trying to find something interesting happening with this. When I talk about logo design from a creative standpoint, we kind of don't want to get into the habit of um, using fonts and stuff as they are to make our logos or titles of our books or comics. Um, Usually you end up doing something to the letters. Say a font is more or less drawn than typed. So if you can type the title of your series, then it's probably not a good logo. And what that means is that if the lettering is just something that I could just pull my cursor up and type out the name of it and it looks exactly like how it is in your title, that's not what I'm going to call the higher artistic value of doing a logo. Sometimes you do find a crazy font, and as you know, people reverse engineer where you'll create the title of a movie and then someone turns it into a font and does the whole alphabet in that style. So you can find lots of popular movies, but you tend to design a new font for every single title. And then there's a whole lot of adjustment going in. So even for this, let's remove the actual original title. Battle Wars is the fictional title, but you went in and I adjusted the T's. I played with the B is slightly larger than the A. The W is slightly larger. I messed with the kerning. We did a bunch of things. We had to cut the layers to just basically look visually the way I wanted it to. So this is no longer truly like an exact font, but it's been broken up. And we're going to keep playing with it for a little bit. We're going to broadcast later and do a whole bunch of other stuff. But for now, this is playing around with the lettering and seeing what we get. Don't need this anymore. So something behind the lettering to make the letters popular. So we're coming up with something to put behind it. So this is my general font. I don't think I need these anymore either. I'm going to put these, I could group them together. Maybe I'll group them together and just put this we need. I kind of just work by whatever's below my bottommost layers because also part of logo design. And again, this is a fake logo for someone wonders why I'm doing it in Photoshop and not Illustrator or something. Or if I skip the stage, I'm not going to convert this to vector art. It's going to stay a font. It's going to stay a pixel based image. So if it gets blown up or expanded, it'll probably blur and all the other things that go, all the other caveats of doing that. So we're playing. Take this of another copy to case. I'm going to rasterize it and turn this font, because this is a font right now. See that this is a font. Oops. That this is actually a font right now. So this is a font called Line Shape Dirty is the font. But we just liked this, but I wouldn't, it's a little illegible or harder to read, but I did like the shape of the letters. So that was nice. We should save our work. At material image. Paranoia. Take our good lettering, see it clearly. We'll take our picture now. Play with. We're just gonna play with each letter individually and try to do something interesting. I cut it to another layer. It's just the B. I'm gonna keep probably going in order so that way I'll know which letter is which. We want to do something here, slightly flavorful. I tend to like to use things that were in the picture. We're just gonna play with that. How close is that? I don't like taking dirt show up in my art. Flipped. You can kind of see where this is going. We're just gonna play with the letter. Probably get away with both the T's together. We're about to get lazy, so go. I'm not gonna cut them separately. I'm gonna cheat. Dirty. A little bit more. That. I like. Hmm. Go. I just you gotta be careful that you don't get the scent that the letters are tilting. Keep this to the point that you don't just see tilted letters. Probably got to do something about the B now because I'm beginning to see my eyes visually are picking up on these slants. You don't want that. Probably B. Don't want to see slanted letters. Get away. Gap. I wish there was a little hole in the middle like that. Mm, I wouldn't. There you go. We got a little bit of a hole in the middle. A little bit of a tear. Flip horizontal. I like that. Kind of like this. Little frame. Oh, like that. There you go. Oh. Now my eyes aren't seeing the slant of all the letters. And now it's beginning to look like just a backboard. You know what I'm trying to E. Cut that up too. Take the E out. Cut out. Up. Kind of like that. I kind of like that. I like that. This is cool. I like that. Play with the W. We put. I think we're gonna be on for long. Gonna session in. Hope I don't pick dirt. Dirt is little bits of fragments of fonts and art and things that sort of sit around in your drawing. And when you get to other process, you see little weird artifacts of things. Right? How tough do we want to be? We'll be that tough now, like that. It's coming out kind of fresh. But no, I thought I was just gonna do this in 2 seconds. But this is actually turning into a decent little thing. I'm actually beginning to like this. It was very non-serious. Now I'm beginning to like it. A like like a little bit of space in there. I get that back. Tilt it. I get some space. I pull up some space. Hey, does your eye tell you it's a dropped letter? Let's take a look. Does your eye tell you that that was a dropped A? I don't think you'll know. Maybe I'll go with the R. Exactly, but that is a very big dip, though. That probably should be the limit of the dip. You might have. Yes, let's adjust that now. I could almost tell. You know what? Let's do the R first. Let's do the R first. I got a urge, so I'm gonna be lazy and not even recut that. I'm not even gonna recut that. Separate two layers. Just gotta be careful that we don't give you that. You know, this is those letters behind it. I don't want you to understand that's how I made this. So if we dirty it up a bit, now only the A is an I. So like this looks good because I covered this. This doesn't let you see that it's just even weird art of this. What is taking this in A too low? I don't want to go in and cut it, but maybe I will. All right, let's surgically cut A. Let's cut the A. Let's cut the A. Dip that A back. That'll be it. I think that's it. now that I've got that, we want to do a war effects, cleaning this a little chip here, a little bit of, you know, like should this be made out of something with a texture? Should we? I don't know. Let's experiment. I don't want to overdo it. You know, like torn paper or bits of debris and stuff. I don't know. I don't think we want to do that. You know, let's see what we can do. I'm kind of liking this. We're gonna take this. Now we've got the lettering, and then we've got the black framer behind it. All of these grouped together and away. Now what we have is our background. Let's play something chipped. Or I don't know if you want to say articles for sandal, type black and one. Let's see what I got. What do I own? Brush wash. We got nuts and bolts and holes. Nuts and bolts. What does that look like? Nuts and bolts. Battle. There's battle. Oh, the crack. Holes. I don't think we want bullet holes. Bullet holes. Is that like kind of cheesy? I don't know if that's cheesy or not. Sometimes get real cheesy. I'm not sure. I don't gotta keep it. That's like darken it up. You kind of don't want to do gradient type artwork on top of a very stark white picture. But we can experiment, see what it will look like on my. If it was like shot up, my logo was shot up. It's probably gonna come out to be too like some kind of bullet hole. I mean, it looks like a bullet hole, but I don't think I like that look. I want that. But nuts and bolts, two nuts and bolts, feels like it's a construction type job, like a construction thing. Nuts and bolts on the lettering, it like gives that cast iron look. And for it to be the genres, I don't know if I want to lock it in. Play with a bolt. That looks like little bolt. Was on a white background and had a little bolt. And that looks like a copyright sort of symbol or trade symbol. I don't think tears. I don't think holes. I don't think damage is it. At least not bullet hole damages. I don't think that's the answer. Ripped fabric, rusty metal. Rusty metal. Let's take a look. Rusty metal is a texture. It doesn't look bad. We're giving it a textured look. That's not bad. I don't know if I like that. That kind of thing. Battle Wars. I don't know if I like that. We're gonna let's first. What should we do? Do I want to clean it? Do I care? Select a color range. Put our black back. Select a color range. Being lazy. Only selecting a color range. So I get just the lettering that works on there. I should have checked this out before, but we're being super lazy. We're going to a little bit of texture. I like that. Never know. You gotta keep playing, see what you get. Most like that. I like the second one that I did. First one, put one there. It's a nice streak. There's in that. Now the 8 gets it. That's too much too. Much. Something in here. The answer is in here. Oh, there we go. Now the B needs just a little bit more attention. There we go. There we go. That ain't bad. I like that. I like that. The texture isn't bad either. I don't want to start overdoing it. Should I get a texture? Yellow metal, a grungy metal. Would the words be written in any kind of texture, or is that a bad idea? I don't know if that's a bad idea and you're overdoing it. But all right, let's do one more. Let's do another brush layer. Let's try the crack this time. We'll put crack damage. Crack damage. We'll turn that off for now. We'll do this. We'll bring back our lettering. And we will select the color range. So I'm only working on the actual word battle. So now we have that isolated. We're going to do it on our crack damage. And we'll look for some other brushes. What brushes do I have? I have debris, dirt. I don't see anything that says damage, lightning. I know I got cracks. Chain, cloud, crack, concrete, crack. Oh, should go some random cracks. Right, that makes a split type crack. Right, we have a chip. This chip's probably kind of fresh. These chips are probably kind of fresh. Crack in the S. Crack in E. Yeah. Crack. Crack. A big crack. Crack across letters. Crack across again. Head. Crack. That one I know is gonna be hot. Go from the shape of that. E is probably corny. Ain't bad. Ain't gonna be bad. But tease some love. Those aren't bad. Oh, probably something on the end. S something. This could probably something. I think only the B is corny. I think only the B is going to be lazy, and I'm going to erase. Well, good. Well, you know what? My eraser. And I might that over. I'll let the rock do something else. Battle. Just sitting to be like a cheesy game here. How do we want to choose? Fireball. I think so. Keep it. Look, I've graphics I've collected. Some of them are just royalty images that I've chopped up and of like a lifetime. This I need from the dirt debris dust package, which has a explosive. He's got a second explosions. You can this. There's a bunch of rams in your store. Let's put that up. Commercial license, not Russian. You know, of them. Bronze explosion. So it brushes here, smart, and a bunch of explosions you get. But the product that has all the individual layers, a bunch of I usually break it apart into pieces, use them myself as individual, like a photo action. You basically record instructions, or the most part, all the little processes that go up. All you when you order an app, it is basically taking your series of steps, and sometimes one of the to put a picture or to add lightning in a where, and it on in many of those cases, those probably with on your use, on your own stuff. One is that with post work, and, we have some. Let's see, I got the name of the site. This is you can just go by the how video make video game. I think a lot tend to your eye real explosion, but we're looking at one that something. I mean, I tend to grab an explosion piece and just final thing looks like a mushroom cloud to me. This is just look at this. This one is a lot of work. That's kind of like the idea of going. Don't need, which probably fits better. Battle wars and explosion. Something and that looked, but because my comic really keep cheese cartoony, cheese don't really have. That's actually what fits. This fits like this is. We're gonna end up probably our final layer of the logo design on both black and white. Found it at the very end. So many things that I'm not even sure what I'm looking at sometimes. Videos. Maybe we will go with something simple. So we're gonna try to find. I don't want bright. That's kind of bright. Take over the. Definitely frames it somehow. That might be one. That is it. And hunting. Kind of like this one too. I could get rid of that. I don't know if I will. Is this it? Bursty thing. This. Let's do a combo then. Don't find what you want. You do a just play with them. I like this. Damn. It's real close. The way they eat like that. It's a little bit darker. Fill this up. It's going to be a problem. So putting around 30 as these beautiful of them. Just go really hard eraser the edges ourselves and lock it into an shape. That's most likely what's going to. I like this part. So to this one, and I know I'm going to be spending this much time working on reveal. There, this isn't bad. That's not kind of like it. Now we got these together. I'm lazy. You don't need them up in the group. I don't logo. I'm kind of happy. I think it needs a color. I'm not. We're gonna throw this here. I kind of like that. Hard eraser. You set my. Look for hard eraser. I can't remember which one is which. You hit. I believe that's the shortcut cursor. I think. But should have there because I'm about to start doing. I give it a little bit of an outline. We're gonna give it a stroke so I can see. I could see where I'm cutting, like chocolate chip cookies, big. And it no longer looks like something else by the end of what we get. Experiment and see what we get. Get it waxed and then assess the damage later. I don't get it, but I mind straight lucky, but wackies. Okay, logo. Nice with the idea. Burnt paper. Paper. Maybe we're gonna come back with some burnt paper. This is shaping. Let's clean up. Usually I would keep the for one of my books, and I have over I would keep and just save it for later because it can logo. I know I'm gonna need that or be ready somewhere else, but I tend to keep everything. I don't things out. You never know. Every little box, you just never know. Do I? Oops, wrong one. That I've got some weird meant at us. Who are you? Burn. Play with this some more. Got something else happening. Ain't bad. Worked out, but I don't know if this should go on the vertical flip. But then it's kind of this isn't bad. If that's too much, it's losing logo look. I think the explosion is a little up. This looks for something else, but for a straight video game, probably not it. That looks cool, but not fake. Fake get to simple explosion. Simple. Go back to something simple. Simpler is better. Right. Got me raise. I need to look up like oceans. The cartoon explosion. Need explosion. Go to one of these. I just is that something else. Definitely. That's the mushroom one. Well, though. Effective. Work. kind of it kind of is that kind of be that simple. Be that simple. Uniformity in the explosion. Kinda is it. It is taking over the image. Should be kind out from it. Really clean up the edges. This should be like I could put these should be clean. Go. There's on black. It is on white. Those edges. I will tell you the truth. That is this is gonna be feel I struck this up live. This is the logo. We're gonna call this logo and move on next thing. This is the PNG. Alright. What that is. That kind of strategy game their logos over here. So it's still missing a bunch of elements, but that's for now. I think for now. What are we gonna do? Let's see. I think we're going to reset and then do in Daz Store. I think I'm gonna switch, but I don't think I want all of it in one shot. So we're gonna end one. We're gonna start over 15 minutes in Daz Studio. We'll come back, start the 3Ds. So I'll say I'm gonna cut the stream for a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna come in Daz Studio, probably 15 minutes at 30. So we'll pop on at 7:30, and we'll be inside the Daz Studio environment and playing around with this concept. So shoot, I should have done the other part. Oh, can't leave. Shoot, I just realized I got the other part to do too. Damn it! Oh boy, just remembered we haven't finished. So we got. Oh man, snap! I just remembered something. We're doing another set of text. I gotta do some more text. I'm doing it. We're gonna be real lazy, but we gotta get that. Maybe I'll do that, and we'll do that back in 15, and I'll do at the same time do the Daz Studio part. We'll also do the lettering. We'll come back and do that. I'll see you guys in a little bit.